All right, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Sports Esports Podcast. I'm your host William, and with me today I have Brock
Hello.
and Brian.
Hello.
We had a very interesting first round of playoffs, I would say. Much better than EU's first round, and at least.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily like skill wise all the same, but it was more competitive. So the first thing, well, we'll get right into the games actually, because this will be a short podcast since we only have to talk about two series. The first series was FlyQuest versus Golden Guardians. Big series where Brian had predicted FlyQuest to win 3-1. I picked them to win 3-2, and Brock picked Golden Guardians to win 3-2. So we all expected a very close series, and it was.
It was a good series. It was fun to watch.
Yes. The first game was a blowout for Golden Guardians in their favor. They just absolutely stomped FlyQuest, and honestly, it kind of looked like Viper looked like he was really nervous, in my opinion, in the first game. Like he made a lot of mistakes early on. Originally, when Haunter he didn't pop his ult when he was even though he was level 6, and Haunter just killed him before he got the animate. He was mid animation as ult, but he had plenty of time to pop it beforehand. He was trying to save it and just gave up first blood immediately to just multiple things. And we had an Urgot jungle, which is pretty awesome going into Kindred. It's a pretty hard counter into Kindred.
Yeah, we saw that in Europe too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I actually played Urgot Jungle yesterday. I lost, but I don't want. I don't.
Surprise! What account did you play on?
On my good one, on my
Oh.
on my Smurf too. I know. I got autofilled jungle. I'm like, well, shit. I don't have Zinzao on this account. I'm like, all I have is Warwick, which I really don't play. Like Graves, I really don't play, and I don't know who. I think that's like pretty much the only two junglers I have on there. Maybe a Mumu, and then I'm like, I could play Urgot. I did. I think I went 8-6. Like I'll look it up. But yeah, I had the bot lane did too good, too great.
Well,
But
you're playing Urgot. You should have carried, but anyway.
I know. I should have. My bad. I didn't. I missed a crucial ult at the end, so it's my fault.
It always comes back to skill shots.
Always does. But yeah, huge blowout. All like this was a 14k gold lead at 29 minutes. It's 18-2, and just like everyone on Golden Guardians was super fed. Even Froggen only had 1 kill, had 14 assists. Like he was super fed as well.
I
Basically,
get
spawn
how.
Karthus.
Yeah, I get how you get 14 assists on Karthus because you're just ulting, but only 1 kill is kind of crazy.
I know, right?
Like he didn't like KS anything at the end of a fight.
I know.
He just
Well, to be
died.
fair,
Well, he didn't die. He didn't even die. Just kidding.
Yeah, how the heck you played Carlos completely wrong?
Yeah.
no, that's the right play. It's because if you look at it, their only initiation is Kennen, so you might as well use the Karthus ult to initiate.
Use it while the Kennen's ulting.
Yeah, just initiate with it and then start your team fight,
Oh.
and that's how you get 14 assists.
And stomp your opponents.
Yeah, they absolutely stomped FlyQuest in game number 1. Game number 2 was different though. FlyQuest came back and won game number 2. We saw the Pobelter Swain counter out the Lissandra, which is a pretty known counter by this point. Elise. Santorin looked really good on the Elise. And Viper, I still want to say he had some questionable plays, but he definitely looked a lot more comfortable on Jace than he did on Aatrox. And
Yeah, I mean he's a Riven player, so why would you not give him? I mean, I guess Aatrox.
Aatrox is very
carry.
close to Riven.
No, but I'm saying like I think a Jace or a Riven's gonna carry more than an Aatrox.
True. Well, don't tell that to someone
Now.
else. He tried.
Now.
Also, Aatrox doesn't have a spammable shield. That's
Very
why
true.
Viper does so well on Riven.
I hate this shield. I hate Riven. But yeah, it was a good game. Wild Turtle also had a good game, 3-1-6 on the Ezreal. We saw NA Yorick again, and he didn't do anything again.
What do
Never
y'all
won.
think about going back to Turtle? What do you think about the Ludens? And since you can't go double tier, they're still going AP.
I don't like. I mean, the Ludens is okay. I would rather do the Gunblade before that, personally, for the healing on it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But
And you have the active. That's like free, couple hundred damage.
yeah, that's what Ezreals were building on the last item, so I kind of want that up in the rotation now more so. But it was very interesting and it worked. So that extra chunk of AP really helped, especially with his ult.
Yeah, it gives you some wave clear, extra wave clear.
And Ezreal does struggle on wave clear for an ADC.
As someone who's played lots of Earth games, I feel like I've pretty much made the new meta for Israel, and I don't know why the pro scene hasn't figured it out yet. Why are these pro players not taking Demolish on Ezreal? Demolish with his W does so much damage to tower.
Well, I
They
guess
need to, they need to get it together.
my guess is that Ezreal. The only thing is that you have to build Klepto, so it'd have to be on the other side of the. It'd have to be on the secondaries, but then on the secondaries you wanted to have like, I believe either the. Let me check what it is.
Taste of Blood, Ravenous Hunter,
Let's see.
You don't
or
need it.
Mana Flow.
Don't
Yeah,
need
I
it.
was
You
I was
got
thinking
Tyr
mana. I was thinking
and
mana flow.
Iceborne.
Mana flow
True.
and Gathering Storm is what people go apparently.
You don't need it. Get it out of here. Take that Demolish.
So
There's so much damage. Just split push Ezreal. You're fine.
I guess you're right about the mana flow. You really don't. Well, the extra mana, you get an extra 250 mana.
It's probably more for lane than late game.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of, if you think you can survive your lane, it might be a good adaptation. But
We also got to see what happens when Froggen plays meta champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frogging on Lissandra did not look very good, which is kind of.
Surprise.
Yeah, he's so solid on non-meta, but he's also
Yeah.
getting countered pretty hard by Swain. Swain's a very strong counter to Lissandra.
yeah, but it is funny seeing Froggen on meta champ
Yeah.
struggle and
Yeah.
playing. But he played the Vel'Koz too.
Yep.
in the
Game
next
number 3.
Yeah.
Perfect segue. Game number 3.
Yeah.
Vel'Koz for Froggen. We haven't seen Vel'Koz in the mid lane this year. I believe we saw him as ADC one time, but I don't think we saw him
Yeah.
mid lane. Goes
We
4
saw
0
an
and
ADC
7.
in Europe.
4 0 7. Like, not only that, we have Haunter just carrying on the Poppy at 5-1 and 2, and
Well, he
definitely.
built his 2 damage items, so
Yes, he did. Oh man, don't this
Yeah.
this warms my heart. This reminds me of season 6 in the good old days of League, the best days. People say, "Oh, season 4, season 3, assassin meta." No, best
season
days.
4. Oh,
Best days were Iceborne Gauntlet, Sunfire Cape on every tank you go. Oh, great,
Negative.
great days.
Well, speaking of Vel'Koz, though, it surprises me that people don't play that more. Like, it's a good pick into Lissandra. It's actually a really good pick, Lissandra.
But
'Cause you
it
can
was played
match
into
her wave
Syndra this
clear.
game. But yes, it
Huh?
could be. It was played into Syndra this game.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just saying Lissandra wasn't banned, but just the fact that he picked it into Syndra, which isn't a better matchup for Vel'Koz, because Syndra, like, everything Lissandra does is telegraphed. Like, if she uses her E, you know where she's going. Like, it's
Yeah.
right there. You can see
But-
it.
was it picked into Syndra or was Syndra picked into it? Because I can argue that as long as you don't get knocked up, you're going to take some damage even if he's ulting, but you can stop his ult with Syndra.
I
Where
could,
Lissandra, you have to like go in
I couldn't tell you.
to stop him.
I wish it gave me pick order on these things,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. But yeah, and Wild Turtle. I was gonna say FlyQuest, but Wild Turtle did not have a good game at all on the Vayne either. He didn't. He never got to the carry status. And,
It was a rough game to be Vayne.
Yeah, that's true. You had Poppy over here destroying you.
You have to worry about getting knocked out of the fight if you're trying to get close to her.
Viper also had another crucial mistake where he flashed in on Deathly, who was fully healed, while the Hanzo was right next to him. It was a very weird play down in the bot lane. I believe it was like right here is where they killed him. Yes, right here is about where they killed him. One of these 2 kills. And yeah, he just flashed in right down there, and immediately just died. Poppy was standing about like right here, and he came from here. Definitely was here, and he flashed to get him, but definitely was fully healed with both summoners up. And that's just like a crucial mistake that you gotta be watching. You gotta know the summoners, and he's fully healed. It's not like it's like an easy kill in the first place, but yeah, it was just another rookie mistake in the playoffs, which made me really worried for Viper coming into the series, like against Hanser, who's been in the playoffs quite often. If you, wouldn't you know?
Also,
One of
also
you.
Vel'Koz was picked into Syndra.
It was picked into Syndra.
Yeah, Vel'Koz was last pick.
Interesting.
Syndra was first pick in the second rotation.
Okay. But yeah, there was a good win for Golden Guardians, and they took a 2-1 series. They were going to match point after 2 back-to-back 10th place finishes. Next game though, FlyQuest came back and won this one. So not only this, if you go back to week number 9, the tiebreaker that they had, Golden Guardians beat FlyQuest in week number 9, and then they lost the tiebreaker. So they went 1-1, and then won, and then or Golden Guardians win, FlyQuest win, Golden Guardians win, FlyQuest win, Golden Guardians win, FlyQuest win. Very, very even between these two teams.
Yeah, it was a good series. It showed.
And then this one was another. This was another close game. Even though FlyQuest was winning the whole time, you had Froggen back on the Vel'Koz. They did not work as well this time. Pole Belter, I think he popped off a lot more than his 3-5 says on the Aurelia. I think he had a much better game, at least in my mind. I mean, he only did 11k damage. I look at it. I felt like he zoned well. Like I felt like he had some major impact in team fights. Where Wild Turtle was also just popping off on the Varus. Olay did not look very strong on the Galio. I don't know why. Oh, by the way, why did FlyQuest give Olay Tom Kenshin game 1? Who knows? It's literally the only champion that Olay has looked pretty solid on all year long, and you didn't ban it. They did.
You didn't ban it. Do you think they win game 1 and it's a 3-1 like I predicted if you ban it?
I want to say yes because I want to say that Wild Turtle can just pop off against. I think Wild Turtle JJ is a much stronger bot lane than definitely Olay, like much stronger. And because of that, I want to say yes because of how bad Olay has looked on every other champion that's not named Tom Kench. So you would have been right.
Yep.
But yeah, Viper had a great game on the Rise as well. He got his nerves down. It's like he had bad nerves, got him down, bad nerves again, and then he got him back down. Very very interesting, I guess, to say the least. He definitely didn't have his best series, but his team was really able to help him out in this game. And even though Contracts had a good game, just in general, FlyQuest won this game. And then finally, we had game number 5. You put Viper on the Aurelia now instead of Pobelter. You put Pobelter on the Zoe, and you put Froggen back on a meta champ that he has struggled on all year round. What are you doing?
Also, another good pick into Lissandra.
Yes. And what are you doing, Golden Guardians coaching staff? He struggled on Lissandra all year. I know it's meta. I know it is. But Game 5, if it comes down to it, you want your player, in my opinion, in a Game 5, I want my players on comfort if I'm a coach. Like
Karthus is up, too.
Yeah, Karthus is not banned. And, yeah, in Game 5, I always am going to go, like, okay, not like 100% comfort, but, like, when in doubt, if I see Froggen's, like, 1-5 on Lissandra this year, and, like, 5-1 on Karthus or whatever, I'm gonna not pick the Lissandra in this situation, even though it's really good as a champion. It's not good in his hands. Contracts didn't play well, and then I don't like the Ornn pick as well. I get that it's good for teamfight initiation. I just don't like Ornn at the moment.
Imagine this. Okay, Karthus is up. They pick Karthus instead of Lissandra. You're losing a fight. Oh man, you're about to die. Your team's about to die. You throw down the Kindred ult. The Karthus is standing in it. He ults. He chunks him down. As soon as it's about to go down, you Ornn ult. Oh, it's a great comp, but they put him on Lissandra. So
even if you need the Lissandra in this team comp, like you must have Lissandra in this situation. Lissandra can be played top. I don't know if Haunter plays it necessarily, but like I'm sure these players have flexed it around because it is a big flex pick as well. But like I'm sure you could have had anyone other than give Froggen his comfort. He's been carrying this team all season long. Contractors has been having a great year. Haunter is having an average year. Definitely kind of below average, and Olay is having a really bad year, personally, in my opinion. But
hey, he made playoffs.
He did make playoffs, and I mean I love Olay. Like I think I told Brock, Olay is my favorite personality in League of Legends. He's such a nice person, and I just thought he struggled a lot this year, and I think that was part of their downfall because JJ and Wild Turtle were able to dominate the bot lane yet again. But Pobelter was just a monster on the Zoe in this game. Just absolute monster. This team fight right here around the Infernal Drake is pretty much what sealed the entire game. It was really close back and forth, and then they get an ace at 14 minutes because of a nice pickoff by Pobelter. And then there's just an Infernal Drake, and then bye for the rest. You can see the rest of this end of the season for Golden Guardians.
Also, the 1-1-12 Lee Sin pretty nice from
Yeah.
Santorin.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was very impressive by FlyQuest. And it was
Yeah, for me, I think this one starts, like you said, with coaching. Like, the players should have done better than they did, but this is definitely coaching. Because they went into this target banning Pobelter. Like, they literally banned, first ban wave, Rise, Silas, and Akali. And then second, and mid laner wasn't picked until second rotation. So next rotation, they banned Swain and then Gallia.
Mm-hmm.
Why ban Gallia? Like, I get Galio's good, but their ADC top / mid and support was picked. I mean, I'm willing to give Galio to ban Zoe or something else too. Like, you've already have it set that you're targeting Pope out there. So you might as well get the Zoe out of there, get all this other stuff out of there. Unfortunately, you have Froggen on Lissandra, mistake number one.
Karthus is up. I don't get why they didn't pick Karthus. Hell, I would have taken a Nivea over Lissandra for Froggen.
Yeah.
That is the, by the way, only Froggen on that statement.
Yeah, literally, just
maybe what I can't think of his name in on Gambit. It's not Diamond Prox, is it? Kira?
Yeah, Nivea wouldn't have been a terrible pick into that either. I mean, into Zoe, it's not great, but into that
into Zoe, it's really good after you get level 9 because when she ults, you throw your Q where she just was. It can't miss.
Nope. I mean, and then you've got good wave clear, but I don't know. I just don't like Froggen. I don't like Lissandra, period, but I really don't like Froggen.
How do you not like Lissandra? It's such a broken champion.
I hate Lissandra. I
I
don't like skillless champions.
It's so
sorry,
strong.
Call me crazy.
It's so strong.
It doesn't mean anything. I don't like skillless champion. I don't like it. It got to have some sort of skill.
I wouldn't mind the Lissandra as much if what's it called? Aftershock wasn't so powerful on it, and they had to take an offensive summoner.
Yeah,
right.
That's true. I mean, I don't like her in the sense that I think she's really strong. Like, I think she's probably the most broken mid laner in the game at the moment.
I don't hate seeing her.
I do,
but
I hate it.
I've seen her so much though.
It's too much like a tank.
Literally, when it's in all 5 regions, I'm like.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I see it in 2. So.
It's the Urgot of since Urgot got nerfed down, like it's the new Urgot for me, where it's
also in a not end of the year week. I'm only watching 10 games max.
Yeah.
And they may or may not have Lissandra in them. There's like a 2 slots. Well, I guess technically 4 where she could go.
Yeah, I've seen her support, I've seen her mid, and I've seen her top. Support's at least somewhat interesting.
Sounds like it's trolling though.
It's a little bit, but it's one I think most games have seen it. But
not as good as Lee Sin support.
No.
He's got a shield and CC, so
Arden Sensor for the win.
Oh boy, let's get on to series number 2. Series number 2 started out crazy. Echo Fox won a game. I did not expect this.
I wasn't scared because like I didn't really care who wins, but I was so worried that TSM was going to get 3-0'd.
Really?
And we were gonna look like such a weak region because Echo Fox took a game off of them. I thought it'd crush them.
Got it.
But no.
No. Yeah, spoiler alert for what this goes. I'm gonna start flaming soon.
Hey, if you're watching this and you're getting spoiled, you should probably check what you're watching.
Good point.
I'll read the title. I was so happy TSM lost this game though, because I obviously picked TSM 3-1, which was correct.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime I see Bjergsen on Zillion, I hope they lose.
I
love Bjergsen.
Yeah, you and me both picked them 3-0.
Yeah, both of y'all did. But Bjergsen is by far my favorite mid laner, bar Faker. But I hate seeing Zillion mid.
What about Fly?
I can't stand it. Who?
Fly.
Exactly.
Fly plus Fly, and then he went over to the World Champions.
Yep.
Nah.
Now he's bench for Roach, top laner.
He's playing Korea. He's playing Korea Academy.
Yeah, Fly.
AKA solo queue.
God, he's had such a bad year. But yeah, I thought Zoe was a really good pick, and like Phoenix played the Zoe really well. But I want to give mad props to Solo. I thought Solo played his heart out, not in just this game. The entire series, Solo crushed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if Solo and Phoenix don't get looks from other teams, top teams that are struggling in a position, aka maybe Solo can go to CLG. It's not that much of an upgrade, but if he's getting better, who knows?
I mean, let's not
Solo's
forget the
gotten
second
really
game.
better.
He's
Second
gotten
game
much
where he
better than
trolled.
last split.
I mean, he did troll game 2 and pick Cho'Gath.
No, I like that pick, but
I'll talk about that pick in a as the resident Cho'Gath man. I'll talk about it. But
hey, I'm level 5 Cho'Gath, so I got some.
I
got
almost
some
have
skin in the
300k
game.
mastery in Cho'Gath.
I got like 25k. I got level 5 and never played him again.
Pretty sure I played Cho'Gath in Earth once. I mean, in A-Rims once.
But
It
yeah,
was a tough game for Broken Blade, though. Like, Broken Blade really tried.
he
But,
had a
yeah,
decent game, but I didn't think he had a superb game. I thought he had a decent game, but he was really the only one doing anything. The rest of the map,
That's because that's what they had him doing. Like, they wanted him to split push, but
well, yeah,
the rest
he's
of the team
Jax.
just couldn't do it.
But
The rest of the team couldn't help him at
Yeah.
all.
yeah, even though I think Rush had a shaky game, to be honest, this game, I don't think he missed ult on Solo at the beginning to result in the first double kill for
Did you
over
hear?
TSM.
Did you hear what he was doing when he tried to do it?
No, I didn't.
He was trying to get his third hit off.
Oh, I
that
did.
would've
I did
killed
hear
him.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't. He was holding the ult, and it ended up getting both of them killed. And especially when he then ulted and hit the third shot late, and it didn't kill him, he looked like he didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
It
Well,
could be worse, though. At least he didn't ult, like, Q out of his ult. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, I
right?
could never see Rush doing anything like that.
Yeah. I don't think he would ever do that.
Like I'll give him a pass on what you just said, if the rest of the series went differently. But
Also, to be fair, spoiler for I guess the next game. I don't know if it's next or third.
Mhm.
When he jumped out of that ult, it did not look like he was out of the ult.
it was close. It was close.
He was like right on the edge.
hmm And the burn, it was pretty bad. But yeah, no, it was actually this game. It was this game that
Mhm.
that he died on.
Oh,
with
it
that.
was.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because he went. So he died.
Got 50% of his
right
kills
there.
this game.
It was during this fight where they got aced for after they had just taken Baron.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, wait, it was this game because he didn't have that ult anymore for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hats off to Broken Blade. I think even though they lost this one, he's a rookie. Well, he's not a rookie, but he's an NA rookie coming in.
hmm I didn't know that
So-
Solo was a rookie last year. I thought
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
hmm
I'm honestly very impressed with, especially I've gone back and looked at some of his stats. I didn't bring him with me sadly.
Oh, he carried Echo Fox
Yeah.
on his Gangplank last year.
Yeah, or this year.
Some of the or
Because Clutch came in last year.
clutch last year. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he carried some of those games.
Yeah,
He was the
he just
shining light.
I'm very impressed with him. I'm like you said, I want teams to take a look at him actually. Like before, I thought he was pretty mediocre, but then he's really stepped it up this split, especially. I think.
Well, he was playing in the shadow of Rookie of the Split Licorice. So
yeah, that's true. That's very
even
true.
though he's doing pretty well, he wasn't the best by any means,
Yeah,
but he was
definitely
a rookie. So
definitely not. Licorice is still consistently best top laner in the NA for sure.
yeah,
All right, game number 2. Echo Fox, Echo Fox, Echo Fox. 18-3.
Rush giveth and Rush taketh away.
So, the Cho'Gath pick we did want to talk about. It's okay into this team comp. It's not good into Vlad. I don't care what people say. I don't like it into Vlad because you don't have the kill pressure. Like,
Why not instead of taking the right or maybe not righteous glory because you need it.
you need like
Instead of taking the abyssal mask, take a Morello's and then build your MR because you can probably kill him in lane if you can't heal early.
Yeah, really. And then I guess you do get the abyssal mask for the
It helps your Morello's and Corky. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say it does help Corky, but Morello's in the Vlad is very strong. But yeah, I'm not gonna hate that too much, just because of the tankiness as well that you get with it. Like his job was to be a tank. That's the reason why I like the Cho'Gath pick. Is his whole point was to survive and just absorb damage. That's all you had to do, is just absorb as much damage as possible, because you have Corki and Jinx on your back line. Even when Echo Fox was 10k down, they were close to winning team fights. I know it doesn't like show here because they got 3 kills. Those were low health bars quite a few times in there. They always needed that one extra damage item every single time. They were just because they fell too far behind at the end because of Rush. Rush had a terrible game on the J4.
Yeah.
He went 0-6, and they just Acadian just got really far ahead. We got the first blood on Phoenix in the mid lane. Phoenix also didn't have a fantastic Corki game, to be fair, but
Can you scroll up and show the time?
32 minutes.
Okay. So Apollo had his 3 items
He
and
did.
QSS.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he played pretty well.
I
don't know.
I
don't
was
remember how he
telling
played,
Brock, I believe it was around the 20, maybe like 16-minute mark or so. I said that Echo Fox wins this game once Corki gets another 7k gold, which sounds like a lot, or 6k gold, I think it was. He had just purchased his Trinity Force, and I'm like, if Corki gets to Infinity Edge and Rapid Fire, because Corki was behind at this point, I'm like, Jinx will have 3 to 4 items by that point as well. So you'll have 3-item Corki with 4-item Jinx in your backline. No matter how far behind, and this obviously depends. I was thinking you win this game. Because just the same amount of damage, the insane amount, with Braum in the backline to protect them, and J4 and Cho'Gath in the front line. TSM just couldn't. It seemed like the perfect comp to me for Echo Fox, so I'm really upset that they messed this up. It was just they gave up too much early, as you can tell.
I don't like Jarvan into Rek'Sai. I don't like it at
terrible.
all.
It's terrible. But look, it was kill. 5, 6, 7 kills before 15 minutes. It's not good. You just had to stem the bleeding here. That's all you needed to do. I was upset. I was quite upset.
Yeah. You know what the bane of every 80 carry's existence is? Having to buy a damn QSS.
Much
You
needed.
can put that gold on something so much better.
Yeah.
Look at Callista's build and how many kills and assists she has, and look at Jinx. If she doesn't buy that QSS, I'm sure Sven has some gold in his pockets that he didn't spend. Obviously, he's 3k gold up, but she has another. I don't know what she builds next. Maybe a Zeal BF. I don't know, but still, she's got a lot more power. Storm Razor, so probably BF.
Yeah, so she got a BF.
That's that much more power. You don't have to pay for the QSS tax.
Yeah,
because they don't have any hard CC for the QSS on this team.
Yeah.
You can't do it for a knockup. A silence isn't that big of a deal. Another knockup. You can't do it out of Jarvan, and maybe Jinx Chompers and Braum passive.
That's it.
You're really, if you're in Braum passive, you're probably
you can QSS the slow after Braum ults you.
Yeah. So that was definitely no need for the QSS. But yeah, I thought it was a great team comp. So I wasn't too upset with the coaches on this game, but I thought it was just poor execution by Echo Fox.
Who is Echo Fox's coach? Do you know?
It's not an Arrow because he's Golden Guardians.
He's Golden Guardians now.
It's Invert or
Invert. It's Invert and Cop. Yeah.
Yeah. This game I was okay with them. Next game, not so much. Next game, you put Rush back on the Jarvan into the. Where's the Rek'Sai ban, by the way? Rek'Sai just carried the game before. No ban.
The same champion.
And they didn't pick it. Like, I get your blue side, pick it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a good point.
It's his big carry pick.
Like, they picked Rush's J4 again, first pick.
They picked it first too. That's
back-to-back games, and it was like he just went 0-6. Are you sure you want to do this again? And
what's gonna make it? You know what makes it even worse? Rek'Sai was literally the last pick.
Yeah. So they had 5 bans on it. You want to know what makes it even worse? Is that you picked Kog'Maw into a dive comp.
Also,
any protection.
You had the counter pick Swain into Lissandra, and the Lissandra didn't get punished at all. The Swain, I mean, yeah, he's got teamfight presence, but he doesn't have that much AP.
No, he got
Swain got punished.
Yeah, he got punished. He got punished by not Lissandra. He got punished by Rek'Sai. He died 3 times to Rek'Sai in lane. Look at
That's
Rek'Sai.
exactly And that's why I never say you should pick a champion just because it counters another champion. Because there's so many factors to play into a game to just pick something because it counters it. Like Swain is good, but it's so immobile, and you can get punished for overextending. Which obviously, because it counters Lissandra, he's going to be overextended because he's just going to push the waves up, and Bjergsen's going to let him get overextended, and that's what happened.
In his
They just
defense,
punished him.
he wasn't too much overextended in both his kills. He just played him pretty poorly and walked up to do some extra damage. He was near under tower. However, the whole point of this, Rek'Sai was the reason they died. Why was it not banned? And then you have Kog'Maw. And Rek'Sai wasn't picked? Sure. You want to know who was picked when Kog'Maw was picked? Hecarim. He's very easy to dive and fear Kog'Maw and pop him like a balloon. One also good at diving, Lissandra. It's kind of her whole point. Also good at diving, Kai'Sa. It's her whole point as well. Another good diver, Galio ult.
Shout out Smoothie had some really good Galio ults.
Like,
I think there's one in the jungle where it was like split second reaction and he got it.
It makes no sense. Why is Kog'Maw even on the table with those champions picked right there? I don't know. I knew at least 3 of them were picked before Kog'Maw was picked. Like, it was absurd to pick Kog'Maw in that situation.
Okay, he doesn't pick Kog'Maw. Who would you pick?
Any other ADC.
Jinx.
Lucian?
Jinx is better than Kog'Maw in that situation.
I would pick Lucian for sure.
Is much better. You have Lucian Braum. He has dashes to avoid things.
He can duel the Kai'Sa early.
Yeah, destroys Kai'Sa early.
Because the only ADC bans was Vayne and Varus.
It's also, I don't think Lucian's bad into Galio, because if he goes in on you, it's pretty telegraphed.
Lucian's Galio counter.
Yep, because like you said, he's telegraphed. You have a dash, you can get right out of that. And then he's out of position.
I'm going to mess up. I'm not even going to try and say the name. But in Worlds, that's who they kept picking into Faker's Galio and soloed him like 9 times.
Yeah, and now it's Vayne that's kind of a counter to Galio as well.
Thanks, Caps.
Yeah. Thanks, guy.
Yeah, but yeah, it was terrible by the Echo Fox coaches. And another, not just them, another terrible performance by Rush. 1 and 4 and 5 was not a terrible scoreline, but it's not great either. But he was a mess all over the place, I thought.
He was pretty consistent at that.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think Rush played that great in the first game either since they won. But he had like 3 marks. He got like both scuttle marks and a 3rd mark immediately.
Yeah, that was.
So I'm pretty sure he got carried by his passive.
Yeah, it's always
he was doing so much damage. He can just chase anyone down because of the extended range on your Q.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
The smart thing to do though is when you have Rush, you've picked Jarvan like 3 times now, I think.
This would have been the second time. Yep.
Yeah, the second time, and it hasn't worked. You definitely pick it again just in case.
Yep, let's go to that game. So, game number 3. Rush is currently 1 in 10.
Charm.
Currently 1 in 10 combined on the Jarvan first pick. So let's first pick him again. You know what? First 2 times, unlucky.
Yeah.
06, unlucky. 1-4, hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's better than 06. 110 combined. Let's pick it one more time. Well, it's had the worst performance since. Off of that, you picked Solo, who again I thought had another good game on the Akali.
He's looking like Smithy when he's getting counter jungled or something, just spiral.
Yeah, just going straight down.
Yeah.
I thought Bjergsen on Zoe was very unfair for Echo Fox purposes. That was brutal. But
it's like throwing a little salt in that wound, picking Zoe, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. And then Hakuo did not play very well. I don't like Rakan right now. I'm gonna be honest. I know he got buffed. I get it. I still don't like. He pops.
He
so
didn't
easily.
get buffed. He got reverted.
He got half reverted.
Half reverted.
Half reverted. Yeah.
And I can tell. I'm bringing up EU games, but I remember North Scarin using the Rakan W on someone and missing because they reverted it. So I'm sure he's just kind of got used to the delayed pop up.
Yeah.
and I think he missed like a target that was Zanya's or something.
Oh yeah,
But
I
it
do
was
remember
kind of
that.
funny.
I do
Yeah, it
remember
was
that.
kind of funny to watch.
Yeah, I didn't realize that would have been the reason. I just thought he just mistimed it, but I just now
No, I'm pretty
understand.
sure it's because of the old
Yep.
timing. He was like,
The
"Oh shit!"
the new old time.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still I think it's pretty weak. I think the benefit of the Rakan's weakness always was he's an insanely good engager, but he can blow up immediately. Now he's only an okay engager and he can still blow up immediately. He's not as quick and he can't get around, which to be fair he did need the nerfs. So I'm not gonna say they didn't need the nerfs. He was absolutely a monster and the best of the best engagers. But
Still good with Zaya, I think.
he's
But
still good. Not in this game necessarily.
not in this game. Yeah.
But yeah, this was another. Oh, by the way, you want to know who was up when we picked Jarvan for the third time in a row?
Rex.
That'd be Rek'Sai. Yep, you're correct. So
Yeah, it was definitely first picked on the second
Yeah.
time.
Let's go
It was
through
their
the
first pick to Tower.
three TSM wins and see what the consistent champion is. It's weird.
it's
I think the
Rek'Sai.
only thing I took
Rek'Sai?
from these series
Rek'Sai.
is that we
Huh.
definitely need a Zoe nerf again, please. Thank you.
That
They
is
are.
true.
They're nerfing
Because-
her E.
Nice.
From her E, can we nerf the Q, please?
The Q.
Her-
Okay.
From
The reason I'm okay with how much damage
It's because it's
Zoe
the only
does,
damage ability.
it's her only real damage ability, and it's really long range, but it can be hard to hit. Like you have to be good with her. But the E,
Is
the zoning
obnoxious
from
as shit.
spamming E,
Yeah.
and then you're just sitting duck till you get hit or it wears off. Like-
I agree with you, Brian. I
Yeah.
think the East.
The thing I don't like about Zoe is from the 40-minute mark to the 41.5-minute mark that TSM was in their base, Bjergsen had to have thrown out 145 Q. Minimum of 145 Q. All while ulting lost no mana. That's an issue. That's a problem.
It's not just a Zoe issue. That's a general champion issue at the moment. There are.
Well, general champions don't do your entire health bar
That
when
is
it
true.
lands.
That is true. But there's very few champions that have are mana hungry. One of the very few that are mana hungry still is Sivir. But
It's because
outside,
of Lost Chapter.
yeah, it's Lost
Like,
Chapter. It's
AP
absolutely because of
champion,
Lost Chapter.
Chapter is so much.
Yeah,
My
it's,
thing with Zoe though is the only thing that she needs to be nerfed is her scaling. Her scaling is way too high. Like I'm fine with her whole setup because it's very skill based. Like you're not just gonna be like, oh, I want to play Zoe and then just pop off and get 1,000 kills. It's a very skillful champion, but her scaling is way too high.
her
It's
skill
way too high.
way really really high.
It's elo dependent, but yeah, you don't always pop off.
That's what I said.
No, I'm saying it's elo dependent. Like you can pop off all the time. If Brock went into an Iron 5 or 4 game with Zoe, oh, you know it's pop off every time.
We're getting some kills, baby.
I get what you're saying. I had a like 34 kill Akali game before the rework and like a pre-level 30 game with my friend who was trying to play. He's like, this game's pretty fun. I'm like, yeah, it is really fun. Pentakill, number 3.
Poor other people that you were facing. You made them
Little
stop playing.
bots.
Yeah, I made some people quit. I made some people quit.
But yeah, this was a blowout for TSM. This is how I expected the series to go. First game caught me off guard a little bit, but the rest of the series was a-okay for TSM. And then obviously, Team Liquid picked FlyQuest, and
Of course they did.
see, it's totally fine. I don't get the amount of flame that Team Liquid got for this is the most stupidest thing I've seen on Reddit.
Because they're scared.
I don't care. It's a professional sport. C9 would have taken FlyQuest. TSM would have taken FlyQuest.
Yeah, it would be so stupid. Like,
TSM would have took Liquid. They beat them twice. Why would
No,
they
they
not?
would. They would absolutely take
Why would they
FlyQuest.
not?
They would have
They
absolutely
did
taken
twice.
FlyQuest.
okay,
You imagine.
EU fanboy, imagine how much flame Fnatic would be getting right now if they got beat by Vitality. Obviously, it didn't go like that. They kind of knew Vitality was slumping. It was a good pick. But can you imagine Fnatic, we want to play Vitality, before they even knew the other teams?
Yeah.
If they got beat, they would be flamed so hard. If TL, the MSI, the world's hopeful, the only real chance from NA besides Cloud9 because they get their worlds buff, but you can't see it yet. It's an invisible buff. If they lost to TSM, NA would go berserk.
The amount of flame was so weird on Reddit. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, of course they're gonna pick Fly. Any team, just logically, FlyQuest is worse than TSM by a decent amount.
And you're probably gonna have to show way more against TSM, so then you're gonna probably play Cloud9, who is 0-2 against TL, but still they're Cloud9. You've shown your hand, or at least half your hand.
Yeah, so
you get backed in a corner, you show the rest of your hand, and then you lose.
And C9 is very unique in the sense that they have 7 players that they use, and they're very creative in the draft. Sometimes it ends, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, so I just...
And they can be, if you look at last split, it was a little rough, but they can be adaptable too. So
I just thought it was crazy. I saw that on Reddit all day. I was like, okay, guys.
Don't understand.
What are you doing?
Not surprised by Reddit.
That's why those people don't have a podcast. That's why those people don't have a podcast.
That's why we're superior.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're not biased at all.
No.
What hat are you wearing today, Will?
Detroit Tigers hat.
Oh, I actually don't have the stream open.
Wow,
I closed it down by accident.
But speaking of bias, let's get our predictions in then, shall we? First game of this week is TSM versus Cloud9. I am looking forward to this one. This one is, I know C9 is 2-0 against TSM in the whole rock paper scissors thing. Whole triangle. But I think this is going to be a hell of a close series. I think it's going to...
Yeah, this super close. Super close. 3-2 either way.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I have Cloud9 winning 3-2. I think they have the advantage on the bot lane with Sneaky Zazel. Sneaky has been playing out of his mind this split, by the way. Like, props to Sneaky. He doesn't usually have necessarily the best regular season performances, and like just even stat number wise, like he's always just kind of like, I can't say middle of the pack, but like always like third, fourth, stuff like that. And so like above the middle of the pack, but not towards the top. I think he's second in almost every stat this split. And Zazel as well. It's been like the second best support this split as well. And Licorice is the best top laner, so I think Licorice will silence Broken Blade in my opinion. Like he will negate all the advantage that TSM gets from Broken Blade. And I think that Niske will lose to Bjergsen as well. I think it'll be the same as... I think Licorice is more stronger than Broken Blade than Bjergsen is over Niske, personally. And I think that Svenskeren has that playoff buff in him, it's also the world's buff, but he also has a playoff buff that I think he will be able to handle Acadian in the jungle.
You think they're going to ban Rek'Sai?
Maybe.
Someone might, or they're gonna pick it. Blue side's gonna pick it, or red side's gonna ban it probably because they're smarter teams.
I think C9's saving grace is the fact that Gragas jungle isn't meta.
That is.
I think that's gonna save them.
We're never gonna let Svenskeren live that down. It was last split. I mean, it was the reason he got benched for Blabber. So.
Yep.
Oh man, that was such a bad game.
I've got TSM winning this one 3-2. I think it's so hard to say what's going to happen because there's so many factors. Like you said, Bjergsen, I definitely have Bjergsen way over Niske. Just for the same reason I have Licorice over Broken Blade. There's more experience in where they're at now on Licorice than there is on Broken Blade. But...
I just think Licorice is flat out better, in my opinion.
I think Licorice is... Yeah, see, I don't know that either because their playstyles are so different. So it's like...
That's true.
Licorice is better at what he does. And Broken Blade is better because they haven't really put Licorice in that kind of situation. Licorice usually is the guy where it's like, I need you to stop everything from happening. And Broken Blade this season has been like, I need you to not be in these fights at all. You go do Jax, go bot lane, take their inhibs, take their nexus, do your thing. We don't need you. But it's going to be difficult because I don't know if they can do that. So part of me strongly thinks Cloud9 may win, but in my heart I've got TSM winning for too.
Yeah, it's weird. The TSM fans voting for TSM.
No, you
Wow,
should.
how? I wonder who Liquid Fade's gonna go for this
Just wait, Brock.
I have C9 3-2.
Typical
Yeah.
blue fan. Blue team. Blue bias.
I back the blue. That's all I'm gonna say.
Gosh darn it.
I don't want to get political. No, I'm kidding. No, but I believing in the C9 playoff buff.
Yeah, that's.
It's more like a passive at this point, right?
It's a passive that unlocks in April.
No, it is it's a kindred passive, and unfortunately they didn't get the mark from playing in the earlier round, like they do at groups and worlds. But we'll see if they can recover.
Yeah. In the gauntlet, remember that too. They always have to play that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Reaper goes, I'm glad we're in groups.
Oh, man. Next, we have FlyQuest versus Team Liquid. And I've been seeing, we're going back to Reddit here for a second. I didn't call it Reddit again. Oh, I was supposed to call it Rush in that series. He went 2-20. What was it, Brian? I screenshot it for you real quick.
He went... I'll see if I can pull it up real quick.
Yeah, it's right here. He went 2-20 and 22. 2-20 though in a series. that's borderline ending, man.
That's above a 1.0.
Borderline ending. But yeah, I forgot I was supposed to bring that up. But yes, crazy. So I'm gonna call it Reddit again. I've been seeing very similar situations here. And I'll talk about this tomorrow as well on LCK. Between the LCK and NA, which you're like, wow, what weird scenarios would you see between those two? You never compare LCK to NA. Well, Team Liquid dropped their last 3 games after they sealed first place. Griffin dropped 3 of their last 5 games. They didn't seal first place, but until the last one of them against Kingzone, they were already in first place. Now I've noticed Reddit has all of a sudden just assumed that Team Liquid is the 3rd best team in NA. They say TSM, Cloud9, Team Liquid. I also noticed people are like, oh, the best team in Korea is SKT, then Kingzone, and then Griffin. It's like these people, it's like a huge recency bias, in my opinion, that people have, and they just can't get the newest games out of their head, especially against Team Liquid when, like I said, they had sealed first place. None of those games technically mattered. And I still think Team Liquid is by far the best team in NA. I know, bias, whatever. I also think Griffin is still the best team in LCK.
What about the world?
In the world? No. I will talk about that actually on Friday, Brian, because I'm going to do a total shout-out, whole power rankings for all 54 teams on Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I can make a cameo.
Maybe.
Okay.
If you want to come in the chat, I'd appreciate it, though. But yes, I think Team Liquid was going to look a lot better, shock many people, which I don't think it should, and they're going to 3-0 stomp FlyQuest into the ground. Not even close. The whole series is not even going to be close.
That doesn't sound like biased at all, by the way.
No, I'm saying, I mean, I'll eat my crow, but I'm saying none of those 3 games that they lost mattered. They went 14-1 in the games that mattered. And people have completely forgot. I've seen people say Core JJ isn't even that great of a support. I've seen people saying that he doesn't deserve MVP because he's just average.
Core JJ doesn't deserve.
Yeah, I've literally seen these. I also saw people flaming Chovy on Griffin that he didn't deserve it over Def, which in my opinion, Def did deserve it. But people were saying Chovy's an average mid laner. And it's only Tarzan that gets him ahead. Like, are you out of your mind, people on Reddit? Like, I've been tilted reading Reddit the last week. Like, Chovy is the best mid laner probably at least in the LCK. I can't say in the world because LPL has 3 amazing mid laners. Which I mean,
honestly, I think if they just replace Tarzan with Tarzan Ning Canyon,
that's a joke. I was watching. Yeah,
3 times as good.
I was watching the Big Ten Network for Michigan State versus Illinois, and I saw Michigan State's jungler was Tarzan Ning Canyon. So, like, that's a weird name. It's just all 3 combined, I guess. But yeah, I think people not only in LCK. Well, LCK Griffin only plays one. They only play in the finals because of the way it's set up, I believe. But Team Liquid is gonna. People are gonna be like, oh, Team Liquid overrated, crappy team. Like I said, people were saying Core JJ's overrated, and like all this stuff. 3-0, it won't be close.
Hmm. What do you think, Brian?
Okay, so I don't know when LCK playoffs are.
Wednesday
And
for the first game at least.
Wednesday, but when does Griffin play?
Not till the finals. They do the thing
Yeah.
where 5 versus
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go TL 3-1 because I just think it's playoffs. I could see FlyQuest having some crazy strat to beat TL and maybe even taking game 1, but it'll be like the Echo Fox TSM. I want to see if G2, because they secured first place and also slid,
Mm-hmm.
just like the other top teams in the region. If they lose to Origin, they're not out.
Yes.
But I may be a little bit more worried for TL, and I didn't watch any LCK besides like a game or two with you while you were watching it. But so I'm not going to say the same for Griffin, but if G2 also looks like they've just completely lost a hold on the meta and maybe it's just Mickey X being gone,
Yeah.
maybe TL also kind of lost a grip, but I'm still going to say they're better than FlyQuest even at their worst this year, this split.
Mm-hmm. And I will say the only reason I might sound like a hypocrite because I rank G2 as the third best team in the EU is because of the Mickey X situation where I feel like that's an injury that makes the team significantly weaker than
That's a voice too.
yeah. That's a much, in my opinion, that's a much different situation. If Mickey X was still like healthy and they had just dropped the games with him, I would have probably still had G2, probably number 1, maybe number 2, but like because they were dropping games before they sealed, but
also, it's different in Europe because Fnatic looks amazing and
Yeah.
Origin is also
Yes.
powered on. So,
Mm-hmm.
but in NA, C9, TSM, really the only people who I think can compete with TL.
Mm-hmm. And I know I said dominating. The only thing in the back of my mind that terrifies me is NA pole belter.
If
I love
if
pole
Pobelter ascends, put him on Kale. I'm kidding. Don't actually do that. But if he comes back and slays Team Liquid,
Mm-hmm.
it says no. You
I
don't get another
love
international
Pobelter.
appearance without me. You imagine the
I
world.
love pole belter. Like I don't know if like people know that. Like pole belter was my favorite player on Immortals. He was my favorite player on Team Liquid last year, and he's still my favorite player like outside of Team Liquid. And
Okay, I have a quick question.
Hmm.
For Summer Split, you have to win playoffs to get the automatic bid, correct?
yes, you automatically get the bid if you win playoffs.
Imagine a world where Pobelter upsets Liquid here, so they don't get that many points.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Summer, they get first into playoffs, they get upset again. They may have enough points with like a third, fourth, probably third, we'll be honest. And then like another third, maybe they have enough point or second, maybe they have points. What if TL misses World and MSI because of Pobelter?
That'd be crazy. They would
That
have
is
to
the
also go through
timeline.
the gauntlet though at that point, and I feel
That's
like
true.
I think they would
They'd
win
probably
the
make it.
They'd win the gauntlet. Who
But
knows?
that's the time. No, because then FlyQuest isn't in playoffs. They're in the gauntlet and they stop them again. That's the timeline I want to live in.
And then Paul Belter goes international and then fails. Sadly,
Yeah. Yeah.
He's so good in NA. He
They lose
is
in
so
groups.
good. There's a reason why he like because I never had watched international. Like I just like when I first started watching League, I just watched like NA for the first part. I don't even think I watched the finals for MSI, but that was it. And like Paul Belter was a god, and then I remember watching my MSI. I'm like, oh, it's just bad luck, bad matchups. And then with the Worlds, I'm like. And then he went to Team Liquid, and obviously with all the rest of the Immortals fans or teams, and I went to Team Liquid. I'm like, Paul Welter's amazing. He won MVP of the playoffs in spring last year, by the way, with Paul Belter, and then he had a terrible MSI again. Weird.
I thought in spring he was.
Yeah, for the playoffs.
Okay.
After moves.
Yeah. Also, I want to bring up Pobelt. CLG 2015. Pobelter was the mid laner,
Mhm.
and then they got Huhi and went to MSI.
I feel like you're
And almost
feel
won.
feel like you're still living in the past there, CLG.
I'm just saying, Pobelter has the track record. He can't play internationally. He won't play domestically.
It is very true. And he's a god domestically. He's like an absolute god. I don't know. It's gonna be amazing when he breaks that. Like, it has to be like a mental barrier. It just has to be.
He needs to get back on CLG, get Weldon to coach him up.
Mhm.
I'm kidding.
Mhm.
I like Power People better, but
Yeah. Brock, who do you have in
Do
this
some
series?
there.
Now that we went on a pole belter tangent for 10 minutes.
I was gonna say something. Completely forgot what I was gonna say.
Who did you pick to win? Oh.
Yeah, I had something else to say. I completely forgot what it was.
I'm guessing he's gonna go FlyQuest 3-2.
Yeah, probably so. Forgot what I was gonna say because of the tangent we went on.
Just make your pick. It'll come to you.
Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm picking FlyQuest 3-2. Not because I think FlyQuest is better than Liquid. I believe in the fact that something that's not supposed to happen is going to happen, and this is the only thing I can think of that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, really, because TSM Cloud9 is a literal coin flip to me.
Yeah,
I give C9 a 52% chance to win that series. By the way, like it's that close.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only reason I'm picking C9 is because I think they'll do better at MSI if they did beat TL. And I have a C9 mouse pad. I'm not a C9 fan.
Wow.
But my brother is.
Sell out here.
So yeah, my brother's a C9 fan, so I like seeing him happy. So I'll root for him.
My brother is also a C9 fan,
Yeah.
and they're both named Matt. Weird.
Both Matts, yeah. Shout out Matts.
Yeah, so those are our predictions, and like I said, I'll eat crow, but I'm telling you, Team Liquid and Griffin. I know, not actually, but I think Reddit is way overdoing the recency bias, and I think it's partially. It infuriates me on the broadcast as well when they talk about it, but I get what they're doing because you gotta sell the narrative type. That's totally fine with me, but I think it's selling it a little too hard to some people. Let's just say that some people are believing in it a little too much. So
Brock went 1-1 last
he did.
weekend. So do you think he's gonna go 1-1 this weekend?
No, because I want both my picks to win. I can't say yes after I just predicted the other way. All right. Thank you. All right, let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for coming out to watch. We're going to be doing the LCK tomorrow, where, you just heard me tease a little bit what I want to talk about with Griffin, but we'll also talk about Damwon versus Sandbox, which is going to happen Wednesday. It's the first playoff series for the major regions, outside of EU, who's already started, and NA, actually. Whoops, never mind. First playoff
so it's
series
right in the middle.
of this week. Let me rephrase that. Of this week. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for LCK.
Bye.
Bye.